Hi, welcome to Bogy and Dave. I'm your co-host, Dave, and joined by my GQ partner here, Bogy.
Wow. GQ again.
GQ again, I know. We're going to get you into a better magazine, maybe something like Salon, or maybe Mad Magazine, you know, Alfred, what me worry.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. That magazine.
A caricature of me.
That magazine used to be funny at one time.
Yeah.
Now it's gotten so political. It's like, I picked it up the other day and said, what the heck is political?
So
it's like,
sick of it.
You can't, I mean, now this year, look how badly the NFL was hurt by being political. And not to mention, they were just getting over the brutalization of Tom Brady, which was so wrong. And then Kaepernick, whatever his name is, pulls that stunt. And their ratings take a nosedive. And it's like, can we just leave politics out of something? I mean, really, it's to a point where I just want to go watch the Three Stooges all day where, you know.
The music's still playing.
The music's still playing. I can hear it. That's good. We need some background music.
Cody, where's Cody?
Anyway, I wanted to talk a little about the press conference, really, which was interesting.
The press conference. You know, hold on. Let's go back to the beginning of press conferences. 1920s,
Okay.
30s, 40s. They were spirited.
They were colorful.
They were comical.
Colorful, yep.
Colorful, thank you. There was some stratagems usually in there too.
Sure.
There was some setup. There was some baiting. It was all of that. Now, what I find really interesting is that how well trained the American public has become, especially, and I hate to use the division again, especially Obama supporters. How trained they have become. And also, I will go back even before him. Bush, Clinton before him, Bush 1, even Reagan, although I do recall Reagan had some raucous press conferences when he first got in, a few. The traditional press conference is colorful. The traditional press conference is entertaining.
It should be lively.
The traditional press conference is yelling back and forth between reporters and whoever is up there. In this case, it is, yes, a man who used to be a reality show star. A man who put his name on everything as a billionaire and real estate developer who helped build enterprises.
So Bogy,
what's the point? My point is this. The Obama supporters have become so used to the Obama press conference, they don't realize that those weren't press conferences. They were controlled speeches. He chose the questions. He chose the reporters. The reporters fed out of his hand. But those were not press conferences.
You see, the thing that I find so hypocritical and so exasperating is that they've literally said that this guy, because of his past or whatever, he was not polished enough to be the president. We've had these polished politicians who have ruined this country, and everything that they did was rigged for their own personal gain.
Right.
And along comes this bull in a china closet, whatever you want to call him, okay? And he doesn't belong here with us. We don't want him. And
Right.
they talk down on, like Meryl Streep, all you're going to have left is football and wrestling. So what?
Why? Because so what? He's not going according to script?
Your Hollywood bullshit that you've been producing is so wonderful that we shouldn't be watching football? I mean,
Again, this has nothing to do with Democrats
But it's class
and Republicans.
warfare.
Right? It's ridiculous. And the thing is, they climbed all over him because of what he did and what he used the press conference for. The people at home need to understand something. The people who opposed Trump were getting ready to try to chop his legs off at the knees by trying to use his existing business interests as a reason to get rid of him. So he had no choice but to use that press conference yesterday to address his business interests, what he was going to do about it, that he's cutting ties, hiring an ethics advisor, and they were trying to also chop him off at the knees with the whole Russia debacle, which again is a pack full of lies. And the CIA The CIA. You know what? It really cracks me up because, in my opinion, you have the CIA and intelligence communities, the same ones who said there were WMDs in Iraq.
Right.
Okay? Now going after the president-elect. And you know something? I think it's time that the intelligence communities paused and realized that all of the organized militias in this country were all pro-Trump. So if they want to threaten Trump, they better be careful how far they go, because there are militias in this country. Mm-hmm. They will start a civil war overnight.
Because we're sick and tired of being told what we should eat, what we should do about pharmaceuticals,
how we should think,
what injections, what are they called, that we should be having, how we should think, what we should read. And the thing that I find really reprehensible is that we, as conservatives, took a look back in the rearview mirror at Bush and we said, yeah, he was not a good president. We were able to say that, okay? But not them. They're going to sit here today and try to defend the last 8 years of this buffoon.
How can you defend it? I don't understand how people can defend him. I really don't.
And I go back, it started with him sticking his nose in that incident in Cambridge, where he had no right to do that. That was a local issue. And
he has a beer with the police officer.
Right, that police officer made a huge mistake by sitting down and having a beer with him. I would have never. This guy has been horrible. He's had more scandals in this administration than any other president. Any other combined. Do you realize that this 8 years, his presidency accounted for 47% increase in our debt? 47% increase. Think about that. That's almost half of our debt. How are we going to, now all of a sudden some of these,
look at the number of taxes collected.
Some of these liberal newspapers are starting to question that. Where do we go from here? What can we do? Trump is almost in a box as to what he can do with taxes or anything else because of this massive debt that we're facing with. And everybody,
now, mind you, hold on now. They collected record amount of taxes, and the debt still rose. Where'd the money go?
We've said that for 3 years.
We've been saying that for 3 years on the show. Where did that money go? They keep breaking their own records now. This is like me, if I was ever so lucky, to go play Major League Baseball tomorrow, and I hit 75 home runs, and then I hit 80 home runs, then I hit 85 home runs, and I keep breaking my own record. That's what the Obama administration has done with taxes collected from the American people. And what have they done with that money? There's still dirty water in Flint, Michigan. There's still ruins in Detroit, Michigan. There's still something called inner cities here in America. There are still churches, food banks running out of food in downtown Brooklyn. Where is the money going? And the American people, oh, Obama, I'm going to miss you so much. You're so polished and you're poised and you speak so eloquently. No, they're called lies, people. Yeah. And if you know what? If I put a piece of dog dung in a box and I tie the box up really nice and I wrap it up and I put a bow on it, if that's what they want, just because it looks good from the outside, I'll sell it to you all day long.
I've tried to try to get somebody from the Rhode Island NAACP on our program to ask the very simple question is, why does that organization to continue to back a political group that has failed them, has lied to them? The inner city schools, which are an absolute disaster, and yet that same group, Democrats, liberals, refuse to let school choice prevail to allow those people to send their kids to a better school. And all they want to do is, we're going to throw more money at it. We're going to throw more money at it. So to your point about where's the money going, it's going to such wasteful spending.
And overseas.
Like, Iran, like.
Who continue to threaten us.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to kill you. Oh, here's some money. I'm still going to kill you. Here's some more money.
Now, when somebody during the hearings yesterday, I think it was Rubio.
What a jerk.
I mean, really,
what a jerk.
I don't know what his problem is, but he's talking to what's going to be our representative to the world, okay? And he wants this man to start off by saying that Putin is a war criminal. That's the last thing you want your Secretary of State to say.
What is it with these people? You want to get along with these? You want to get along with Russia?
They scream about getting along, but here you want to start calling this guy a war criminal.
They want World War
over
III.
Syria, which the problems that exist in Syria right now can be laid at Obama's footsteps because he failed to do anything. He just
Obama, Bush,
empty threats.
Clinton before him. Look, isn't it? I'm starting to see a trend here. Have any of these globalist presidents ultimately succeeded? Yes or no?
No.
Since Reagan.
None. And even
after Reagan.
Yeah, and
right?
you know what? Reagan got
Bush
me.
won nothing.
When we had the bombing there of the hotel in Lebanon, where we lost all those Marines, Reagan should have done something about that, and he didn't. So I'm not going to give him a pass either. We have had some serious...
The American people have been screwed for the last 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
Easy.
And
you know what? This isn't defending Trump. I want to make that clear. It's just very easy to see the truth, in my opinion, in all of this. It's smoke and mirrors. You know, it's like, how can you not, at least you see, even though it may be a rough exterior, at least you see it. At least you see it. Instead of, I'm gonna name my cabinet, and I'm calling them all czars, and we're gonna be the most transparent administration that this country has ever seen. But in the meantime, at the end of his 8 years, his administration has had the most blocked freedom of information requests more than any president ever. They have collected the most taxes. They have taken choice away in health care, which is a disaster, a 9,000-page disaster, which has ballooned to 12,000 pages, by the way. So how about the money and manpower made to create this that many of our senators didn't even read that bill?
You know, Obama hadn't flushed a toilet in the White House. Didn't even flush a toilet in the White House. Whereas he had 7 of his nominations appointed before he flushed the toilet in the White House when he started out as president, right? By the end of that first week of his presidency, he had 12 of his nominations, the people he wanted for cabinet posts, were passed, okay? They were given those posts, right? On top of that, we found out that several of them didn't even pay their taxes. And we're talking about looking at Trump's...
Geithner?
Yeah, Geithner, who was financial, didn't even pay his taxes.
Didn't pay his taxes.
And I forgot who the other 3 were, but there were 4 of them, didn't even pay their taxes. But my point is, we gave this guy an open checkbook, and he just squandered it all.
What were his first 2 programs that ultimately failed?
Solyndra and Cash for Clunkers.
And then after that, Fast and Furious.
Yeah, Fast
and Furious. That got people killed.
Yeah.
Arguably.
With our guns.
Let's not forget, in El Chapo's cache of guns, C-A-C-H-S-H-E, excuse me, C-A-C-H-E.
C-A-C-H-E.
That 10 times fast.
Yeah.
They found a helicopter gun that was traced back to the Fast and Furious guns, led by Eric Holder, okay, who was just hired by the state of California to be their attorney advisor so they could counter anything Trump does.
And I'm telling you right now, telling you right now, people, Eric Holder is a criminal, and he should be brought up on charges, just as, in my opinion, our former vice president under Bush also should be brought up.
Let's not forget something. Our senators ignore that the first place Obama brought the TPP bill, Trans-Pacific Partnership Bill, was to the UN. That's a usurpation of powers.
Right.
That is against the Constitution. That is against his oath of office. And this guy does not give a damn.
Because we've given him a pass because of one reason. And I don't care how. No, not just because of the media, because they are so blinded by his color that they just don't want to call him on it, because right away they're going to feel, oh, I'm a racist. No, I don't care what the guy's color is. He's a failure. He's a buffoon.
And you know what? If Trump fails too, we're going to call him out on it right
Absolutely.
here. And I mean, I'm not a big oil guy. I'm not. And that's only, as I told you this before, and that's only because of my belief in free energy, okay, that the government is working with right now, okay?
Right.
And they're not releasing it to the people.
But you know what? I'm tired of having these cabinets being populated with theoreticians rather than people who actually
have succeeded in private life.
So you know what? I'm all for Tillerson.
Yeah.
I saw his answers. They were absolutely spot on. And you know, you want somebody who understands the oil industry rather than somebody who sits in a think tank just coming up with these ridiculous, grandiose ideas.
Trump's not even in office yet, and he's already either saved or created over 250,000 jobs in this country already. Mm-hmm. Amazon just agreed to create 100,000 jobs here. Jack Ma, that his name, of the Chinese.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can't remember his last name.
Alibaba.
Yeah, Alibaba, right.
Has agreed to have
which is going to create
100,000
jobs right here. Yeah, exactly.
And
you know what?
At least that's what
a lot of small
paper.
business is going to flourish under this guy because he's all for small business, you know? So we're starting to see some excitement, and right away these animals on the other side just can't let go.
You know what you might see? You might actually see people who love Obama and hate Trump, right? Hopefully Trump succeeds in cutting taxes. You may actually see those people who are anti-Trump and pro-Obama and pro-Clinton, right, be angry and mad
Then he cut taxes.
that they're paying less taxes, Dave.
Yeah.
Less.
Right.
That's the insanity. They like giving money to the government.
If people just looked under the hood and seen and saw where some of our money is being spent, it would be sickening. I mean, like, to see how some amphibian reacts to having to walk on a treadmill. Are we crazy? What is that? What do we hope to gain by that?
When Obama got into office, the day before he got into office, before he nominated or appointed Cass Sunstein as one of his people in his cabinet, right?
Yeah.
You could go and get a steak on sale for $2.99 a pound, on sale. Now on sale, $4.99 to $5.99 a pound. Regular price is like $7 or $8 or $9 a pound. Okay, that's how much food, beef prices in particular, have spiked under Obama. And again, we love Obama. We're going to miss him. If you guys, all those people out there who are going to miss Obama, if you like spending a lot of money, more money than you should, Dave and I will give you our addresses. Just mail your money to us.
Yeah, we'll put it to better use.
We'll put it to much better use.
Right, exactly.
Then send it over to Iran.
Now, you're a big Hollywood guy, okay, and that's fine, okay. I love you dearly, except when I had to try to throw you out at third base when I just could not uncork that net. But you're a big Hollywood. And there are people in Hollywood right now that are absolutely frightened, not of Trump, but to say what they really feel because they will be blacklisted. And that's terrible because these same people who are for all of this beautiful, fuzzy-wuzzy type of, understanding and caring, they've become such absolute
and
horrific.
Very hostile. And the thing is that we are now living in a very politically correct society where they can be discriminatory against people who might be pro-Trump. And the news bulletin in that is this. If there's ever a civil war over this, if ever, all hell breaks loose, those people who are trying to hang on and be politically correct, where you can't have any street fights anymore and settle old scores the old American way and shake hands afterwards, you're picking a fight with a fighter. That's my point.
Yeah.
Those people who want to be all politically correct and they think they can do whatever they want and they can blackball and they can discriminate against people who might not feel the way they do, God forbid, you're picking a fight with a fighter.
Yeah.
Be careful.
He's not going to back down.
I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about the American people who voted for Trump.
Yeah, they're not right.
You're picking a fight with a fighter, and if all hell breaks loose tomorrow, those people who are so politically correct, who are so brazen enough to categorize people and go after people based on their opinions and their political views, they're going to be the first ones running for their lives tomorrow.
Recently I returned to the classroom. I taught many years ago. And back when I was teaching high school art, it was fun. It was really, really fun. And I always said that I had the best job in the school system because I was the art teacher. People loved coming to the art class. They found success. They were able to have fun, and it was a different environment. I've returned back to substitute, and oh my God, you have got to weigh every single one of your words that the fun is gone. It is, and I don't know if you're experiencing, but you're in a different environment.
Yeah.
You're in a more artistic environment
I
where you're
love the
teaching.
kids where I am. Well, no, but I understand. The system now dictates how you're able to even talk to these kids now, because there's so many mandated items. And it takes the fun out of learning. It takes the fun out of everything because it's so regimented now. Too regimented. And, you know, where I am, I mean, the kids are just great. They really are.
Well,
There is so much hope tomorrow.
You're in an art environment.
Right, but even in other schools, there are glimmers of hope.
Mm-hmm.
There are.
I'd like to think so, but I'm also seeing that what teachers have got to deal with today is far different than what they had to deal with
I agree with that a
10,
million
15,
percent.
20 years ago.
I agree with that a million percent.
It's-
And that's why you've seen so many darn good teachers retire in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
because they
because-
see this coming and they see the restrictions now and they see everything is automated and robotic and these are the lessons. Look, a lesson that I might give or another teacher might give to their classroom and their students, it's the same exact lesson that someone is giving in Utah. Okay? So you're not taking the individual talents of the kids. These are blanket assessments. These are cookie cutter assignments. And it actually is no different than the founding of the 20th century classroom, which was based on the industrial model, train people for the factories. It was automated. This is what you teach them. This is what you do. Make sure they learn discipline. Make sure they learn obedience, and then put them in the factory. It's weird, but we're actually back to that, just from a different direction. Now it's curriculum. And what I'm afraid of is, where are you going to find originality anymore? Where are you going to find the next Picasso? Where are you going to find the next Michelangelo? Where are you going to find the next Michael Jackson? Where are you going to find these artists anymore if everybody is made to learn the same exact thing and nothing original is being nourished or expected? There's no experiential learning anymore. There's not even much time, and this is what I thoroughly enjoy doing. There's not even much time left for teachers to connect to their students and actually talk to them and actually get to know them and laugh and share stories and anecdotes and experiences, because that's how kids learn too. Don't forget the old yarns, the old stories, the old tales, the old morality stories of wisdom.
Right. I was giving a lesson just the other day as I was substituting, and I wanted to prove to the kids how to think a little bit abstractly and also to
They
listen.
don't even know what abstract means,
No.
some of them.
So I asked them the old question about a farmer going to take his 3 items to the market. And he's got to cross a river, and he only can carry 1 item at a time. He can make as many trips as he wants. And the 3 items he's going to take is a bushel of corn, a fox, and a chicken. And I said, how does he arrive at it? Oh, he has the fox eat the chicken. And they went on and on. And I kept going. And when I finally showed them how it could be done, oh my God, they lit up. They said, oh, we didn't think. I said, think. I said, when your teacher gives you a problem to do, look at it, read it, think about it. And then I asked a question. I said, a farmer has 26 sheep, and one of them dies. How many does he have left? Everybody. He's got 25, got 25. I said, no. Did you listen to what I said? A farmer has 20 sick sheep.
Ah.
And I tried to get them, I said, listen, don't be in such a rush. Listen, listen, listen. And it was fun working with them. It was fun because that afternoon, most of what I was dealing with them was writing and reading. And it was fun. It really was. I mean, it was a 4th grade class. But I could also see that you have to weigh every word that you say. You've got to be very careful.
You do.
It wasn't like you said before, when a lot of the things we learned in school and I was able to have fun with the kids were after school. The art club. We had the sports gaming club where we sat down with these sports board games and we played games. It was fun. We had the trivia club. it was great times, and that's when I think kids got a lot out of it. Today, you can't do it. You just can't. It's a different environment, and it's sad. We're not a fun species anymore, Bogy. We're not. We've lost our sense of humor.
It's boring.
Yeah, it's boring.
It's boring. I mean, globalism is boring. And the people who are pushing for globalism, they're doing it for their own self-gain. They're not doing it for the people. I'm telling you right now, everyone at home, this is not for the people. Merkel is not for the people. She's for a model, a global model that the globalists have created. All right, this is what's going to happen, without any say from us. We have no say in it.
You know,
and when we do have say at the ballot box, now they're all mad. Now they're trying to block the voice of the people. It's happened in Britain. It's about to happen, or might happen again in France, by the way, Le Pen, who just met with Trump privately.
Yeah.
It's happened here with Trump. Okay? This is a movement. People are fed up. It's not just here.
No.
And so it harkens back to education, because that's a globalist model.
Now, you did see on the inauguration, we're down to 2 minutes left. You did see on the inauguration, they were asking the question, what is your feeling, what are your thoughts about the motorcycle, I can't think of the word, but the motorcycle club, there to protect the inauguration, you know? And I said, why not? Why should they? You're going to have all of these protesters. Why wouldn't you have people not protesting but supporting the whole issue? I mean, we've seen artists. This galls me. We've seen artists marginalized over whether or not to perform at the inauguration. Threatened.
Awful.
Threatened.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's awful.
And see, that's where I mean, be careful. They're picking fights with fighters.
Yeah.
Be careful.
People,
if they don't think that will not backfire in some way, shape, or form, look at the way things are backfiring right now.
Yeah.
Look at the way things are coming full circle already within 48 hours. The Washington Post, was it Washington Post or Times? Washington Post prints a bogus fake news article that Russia hacked into a damn power grid. It was BS.
Yeah.
BuzzFeed publishes something that was fake news. BS. CNN runs with it. It wasn't even substantiated. It wasn't even sourced or confirmed.
No.
And they ran with the story.
And the thing that I said, one of the things I said about Trump, I said, if I were him, I would warn them once. I would say, I don't mind you criticizing me. Criticize me all you want.
Of course.
But you lie once, that's it. You've been warned. And he did that with CNN. He said, that's it. I'm done. You're not going to get a question.
Do you know that's defamation of character?
Sure. You're not going to get a question with me. You're not, because lying is one, you've crossed the line there. Anyways, we're down to 9 seconds. We always have fun. But we try to get people on the show here that can bring an opposing point of view so that can be discussed and aired out, and we can learn from it. But, you know, I think they're just scared of my friend here, Bogy. Come on. Anyways, thanks for watching. Tune in again next week when we'll dissect the mess that we've got out there, folks. It is getting a little bit scary. So we didn't get into the earthquake. We should talk about that.